If I had intro music, it would go right here.
Right here.
Great. At what age did you realize you weren't going to be a nurse or like a mechanic or like working in like a 9 to 9 job with no other hobbies?
So the way that you started that out absolutely terrified me because I did originally want to be a nurse.
Wow.
And I was like, how did you know that?
Great.
I think it was around like somewhere between the ages of like 18 and like 21, 22. So I went through this huge crisis that like legitimately felt like it was derailing my life.
Yeah.
In that like those ages, because I had so many friends that knew exactly what they wanted to do with their lives, and I felt like I never did. I could see myself doing so many things and like being happy in so many different lives that it made it so difficult to just pick one. Like I knew I always wanted to go to college. I was a first gen student, and
You were a first gen student?
yes.
What is that?
It means none of my family members have ever graduated college. So like my
Oh.
grandparents and my parents never went to or graduated college.
And did you?
I did.
Oh, congrats.
I did. I graduated from Columbia in 2023.
Oh, shit, I knew that.
So,
Yeah.
No, which was really awesome. It was a huge deal in my family and it was great. And it's like a very proud moment of mine. But like I was surrounded with friends who were like, oh, I'm going into psychology, and I have friends who have master's degree and are like super duper impressive. Or I have friends that are like teacher. They just have always known what they wanted, and
But
I
Columbia
never did.
is an art school.
It is. Correct. And so one of my dreams was always that I wanted to go to college in Chicago. I love the city.
Yeah.
But Columbia was one of those places that offered both what I wanted to do for my major and be able to give me a minor in acting. And so I studied communications at Columbia. And
Okay.
because it was such a broad major that it could allow me to really do anything, honestly. Like I could go into so many different, obviously I'm not going to become a nurse with a communications degree.
Sure. When
but
were you considering, when did you want to become a nurse?
I was a dedicated nursing student my senior year of high school to go to Winona State up in Minnesota and be in their nursing program.
Yeah.
And I realized that that wasn't going to happen actually when I worked at Red's Pizza in Harvard, because this is where I went to high school.
I don't even know Reds.
It's because it closed
Oh, it
during
closed
the pandemic. It literally
Gotcha.
broke my heart. It was the best pizza ever. And it was such a great place, and it was run by an incredible family. I still absolutely adore them and talk to them to this day. But one of the girls brought in pictures from her son's shoulder surgery, and I took one look at the pictures and I vomited in the trash can.
Oh, sure.
It like made me so nauseous.
Jeez.
And I was like, I can't be a nurse. I have a feeling that's going to cause a problem. So
I had a friend in college who was a theater major, but she wanted to be a nurse before that. But
there's
she
a
told me it
pipeline.
was a very similar thing of like, it wasn't until she started actually like seeing what that entailed that she processed that she had like a visceral response to it.
yeah. And I ended up like slicing my thumb at the same pizza place. I still have the
Jeez.
scar. And I saw my own blood and I like almost passed out. And I was like, maybe I should reconsider. And I did. Thank God.
But you had already been acting.
Yes. Kind of, sort of. I actually didn't start doing theater until my senior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
I had only been in the pit band in my high school shows because I was a percussionist.
Okay.
And then they were doing Peter Pan. And Peter Pan was like my favorite Disney movie growing up.
Okay.
And I told my band director, I was like, I have to be in this show. And I did. And I caught the bug like really bad. And I've been doing it ever since.
Who were you in Peter Pan?
I was actually the person who had the most roles in Peter Pan. I was everything. I was a lost boy. I was Jane at the end. If you've ever seen like the musical.
Sure. Oh, no, I didn't know that Jane was in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's all the way at the end. She's Wendy's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was an Indian and Native American. I was a pirate. I was a lost boy. I was ensemble everything. And then Jane.
That's fun.
So I got to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that'll catch you the bug if you're playing a bunch of different roles too.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Like,
have you done other of those kinds of roles where you get to play like tons of different characters?
Here and there, I've mostly focused on plays, and those tend to be kind of smaller, and it's more difficult to play more than one character in most of those shows.
Yeah.
I feel. But I was in Newsies 2019. And
Here?
No, I did it in Rockford with Gateway Performing Arts.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
24-hour play.
Oh, of Newsies? How?
With all of the love in my heart, it was the worst experience of my life.
Great.
It was terrible.
I only think of 24-hour plays or 48-hour plays as like small shows.
You would think, right?
Like 4-person cast shows. Something like this, honestly.
Right.
Did you have to... How did that work with memorization?
So we got cast.
Did you use scripts?
No. So we got cast. It was really interesting. It
Okay.
like was a 24-hour play, but not a very traditional one. I really don't know how they work like officially, or if there's an official way that they work.
Mm-hmm.
But we got cast. We had a rehearsal for like really basic blocking
Yeah.
and like get to meet everybody. And then I think one dance rehearsal, one vocal
It
rehearsal.
couldn't have been fun to watch.
No. I can't, no.
like the reason I bring up like our play No Exit, because like you could throw people spontaneously into a room and like if it's a drama and like something cool will happen.
Right.
But if you're doing a musical where things are like, you need something choreographed, you need
It's pretty line by line. Like it's hard to just throw together a musical.
right.
But you know, people bought tickets
Okay.
and some of us had fun.
Great.
That's really awesome. Some people probably look back at it as a very cherished moment, and I'm so happy for them. I
Yeah.
love Newsies though. I love the music.
Who did you play?
I was Wiesel.
You were
I was the mean old man. And a ensemble newsie. So I feel like I got the best of both worlds a little bit. So I got to be really mean to everybody and beat people up on stage, but then I also got to be in the background and be like, what gives?
Yeah, and everybody called you Weasel, right? Isn't that the
Yeah.
running gag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome as like a 21-year-old girl.
Yeah. Last year I saw the Disney Plus like Newsies with Jeremy Jordan for the first time. I had never seen it, never listened to it.
No.
But I grew up with the movie,
Yes. Okay.
the '90s movie.
I've never seen the movie.
I didn't know for years that there was anything more.
Really?
I had heard that there was a musical, but I just assumed it was the same thing, and it's pretty different.
Really?
They use the songs, but there's way more songs, and they change the entire the
sidekick
the
guy?
actress character.
Catherine Plummer?
No, like the character in the show who's the singer dancer lady.
Oh my gosh.
I'm blanking on her
I'm
name.
totally gonna blank on
I'm
her
blanking on her
name.
name, but she's completely different in the movie. Like, and the
Really?
song is different.
She's got a good Miss
and-
Metal Larkin.
Yes, so they really improved that character for the musical, but they eliminated Jack Kelly's entire backstory for the musical. In the movie, Jack
Really?
Kelly's not his real name. He's got this whole backstory where he wants to be a cowboy, and that's why he wants to go to Santa Fe. But that's
Makes
pretty
sense.
much stripped away in the musical. He doesn't really talk about wanting to be a cowboy.
He just wants to go to Santa
He
Fe
just wants
for
to go to Santa
whatever
Fe,
reason.
and they
yeah.
don't explain why in the musical.
He just really wants to be there.
Yeah, but in the movie, it's like you get why he wants to
be a cowboy.
He wants to be a cowboy. He wants to like
As we all do.
it. Yeah. So they changed a lot of things, but I grew up with that movie. It's the same director as High School Musical.
Kenny Ortega?
Kenny Ortega. It was like
I
his
know
first
Kenny
big
Ortega.
thing. Was that '90s movie?
I had no idea. I've never seen the movie. How did you feel like growing up on the movie and then seeing the musical?
Well, I just saw the musical, so like I didn't have very strong feelings about it. I thought it was lovely.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Oh, thank God. We're good then.
Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed it. I think, no, I don't think I had any complaints from it. Crutchy is like a character I need to play.
You would be a
I
marvelous
would
crutchy
love,
hunter.
Like it's a dream role. So I don't know why. But
No,
it is.
you know what that means? We have
What's
to like bandwagon for some theater around us. It is the only musical that I'm ever willing to do.
Sure. Well, Jake Heeline, our director, was just on the podcast.
Yes.
And his pitch is to do a 4-person cast Newsies.
Oh my God.
Where 4 people play all the characters.
I love his brain.
And then I told him I wanted to be Crutchy, and he was like, great. So you'll be Crutchy, and now we need 3 other actors to play everyone else. I think he said he'd play Jack. So great, 2 actors. Now we need 2 more actors to play everyone else.
Oh, that's great. Can you actually? I don't want Catherine. I actually want to be Davy.
Okay.
I'll be
Which
Davy.
one's Davy?
The guy.
The main guy besides Jack.
Yes.
Great. So
With
you'll
a little
play
brother.
Davy, and now we need 1 more actor to play everyone else.
Oh, perfect.
Great.
No, yeah, we've got this. I'm sure we can find somebody.
Yeah. Or we start doubling. I don't know how a doubling version of Newsies would really work.
It would be really interesting, that's for sure.
Be really rough.
It would be... No, never mind.
It was... Can I guess what you were going to say?
Yeah, sure.
Were you going to say it's going to be better than the one you did?
Yes. I mean, no. I would never say that. No, I treasure... No, I don't.
We can move on.
Cut that out.
Let's talk about No Exit.
Okay.
But before we do that, let me introduce my guest. This is GIANAH TOMCZAK.
Hello.
Gianna, you're from here originally?
So I went to high school in Harvard.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school here. I kind of moved around a lot growing up. So like I did some elementary school and then middle school in Crystal Lake. And then I came to Harvard, and I think I was here until I was about 19, and then I moved back to like Crystal Lake area. So yes and no. Okay. But I spent a lot of my formative years here in Harvard. I was also the 2017 Milk Days Queen.
You're the 2017 Milk Days Queen.
Yes. So
what does that entail?
So every year Harvard does this thing. It's called Milk Days, because at one point in history we were the milk capital of the world, and we took that and we ran with it.
Sure.
So now every year there's this big carnival, like there's fireworks, there's a huge parade, and we call it Milk Days. And my high school does a scholarship pageant every year that the juniors and seniors can participate in. And my homeroom teacher at the time was like, just go. All you literally have to do is show up to rehearsals once a week for like a month and just be yourself, and you have a chance at getting a scholarship. And I was like, okay. And I did, and then I won.
And so what did you have to do for the parade?
Sit on a pretty float and wave in a big crown.
Like you
it
just
was
get
great.
Like carried around on this float? Was there like
Just
multiple laps? Was it like
No,
one
it was
big...
like all throughout town. If you're ever, it starts at the high school and it goes to the fairgrounds.
Okay.
So it goes like
And
all
how
through the
old were you?
downtown. I was a senior, so I was 18.
You were 18.
Yeah.
You got to be Milk Day Queen.
It was pretty awesome.
What what did this do to the brain of 18-year-old Gianna? What did this experience?
I was really shy and awkward in high school, and I didn't really start coming out of my shell until junior, senior year. And I think it just gave me so much confidence that I honestly probably really needed, not only as just like a human, but also like a woman in the world.
Yeah.
It taught me so much about myself and like how to stand up for myself and public speaking. I had to get really good at that, like really
what
fast.
Public speaking did you have to do?
I had to give a speech at, like, there would be little speeches like everywhere I went, like every event that I was asked to go to. Like I would introduce events, and then I also had to MC like the little princess and prince.
Did this like go for a long time?
It still goes.
No, I mean like your like run.
My
like,
reign.
Your reign. How long were you doing events?
A year.
You goes a whole year.
Mm-hmm. Until the next queen gets crowned. It depends on the season, but we do like a Christmas parade in town that was a little bit smaller than the Milk Days parade, and like just showing up to random things.
I did not process the extent of this.
Or being in Walmart at like 8 p.m. on a Friday and people are like, "You're the Milk Days queen," and I'm like, "I'm in my pajamas."
Oh,
This is awesome. Thank you.
wow.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It
I
was
was
an
like thinking this
experience.
was like an event, but this is like a whole year. This is like a phase of your life.
Yeah, it was a big deal. And then I got a scholarship, and I also had to go to McHenry County, and I competed in their pageant to represent Harvard, which was also interesting.
So, did you have like withdrawal symptoms when you had to stop being Milk Day Queen?
I was so excited for the next girl.
Oh, you were like, I'm done.
No, there was never a point where I was like, gosh, I can't wait for this to be
Okay.
over. But I think it was just like a time.
You didn't like
a
get the
rite of
shakes when you
passage.
saw another queen.
No, I got the irresistible urge to punt her across the
Right.
stage because it could only be me from now on. No, it was like a wonderful, beautiful thing because like I know that what it did for me. So like to be able to be there for like the next year's like rehearsals and watching their queen get formed and getting to crown her was a really awesome experience because like I remember what that did for me.
Yeah.
So like knowing that I was passing that on to another girl was like, it's very girlhood.
Sure, but that's cool.
I
I mean, that's like a whole world that's kind of foreign to me.
I always win 2 truths and a lie. I have never lost a game of 2 truths and a lie.
Why? Because they don't believe you were Milk Day Queen?
Yeah, they're like, no way.
Yeah, but now
Queen of milk.
Now that the whole world is gonna watch this video,
Everybody knows now. There goes my
everybody
options.
knows now.
Don't worry, I can pull so much more out of my back pocket.
Great.
Should we play 2 truths and a lie? No.
Yeah, play 2 truths and a lie, but with a different, not that one in there.
Oh gosh. Okay, you're putting me on the spot here. I have to come
okay.
up with new ones. That's always one of my go-tos. Okay. I was at 12 years old, left in a Walmart parking lot.
Okay.
I have a brother named Ocean. And I, at 17, found out that I had a sister that I didn't know about.
Shoot. Okay, so I think I have to. If the ocean one is the lie, that is the most random thing to come up with. So I have to call that one a truth. Like, if you randomly came up with that fact as a lie, I'm just very impressed. So I want to hear about your brother Ocean. I think the lie is. I think the lie is that you were left in a Walmart parking lot.
Wow. You're the first person that's ever caught that.
Really?
Congratulations.
I'm so happy. Okay,
Respect.
So your brother's name is Ocean.
Yes.
And you just found out not just, but like when you were 17, you found out you had a sister?
Yeah. It was awesome.
A half sister? Can I
Yes.
What's the
We had the same father.
Okay.
So, I got a message one night on Facebook randomly out of nowhere. And it was this girl and she was like, "Hey, this guy's my dad. We're sisters."
Block.
I like was crying. I went to my mom. I was like, "Someone at school is trying to stalk me.
Right.
Like this can't
it's
be
a horrifying
true."
message to receive.
Yeah, and it's true.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. It was truly.
Can I keep asking questions about this?
Yes, if you would like.
Does your mom know?
She had no idea.
Wow.
She had no idea. My poor mother. My dad did know. My dad just had never
Wow.
gotten the strength.
Are your
and
parents
courage.
together?
No, my
Okay.
parents were never married.
Gotcha.
And so I grew up with a majority of like a single mom at home.
That's crazy. So, where is she?
My sister?
Yeah.
So she lives in Danville, which is kind of like central Illinois.
Okay. So not like, China.
No,
No,
like 3.5, 4 hours away. We message each other occasionally. Like, we're friends on Facebook and like we
Yeah.
have each other on social media, and it's like very. It just never.
Have you met?
grew. No.
Never met.
It's not to get like super vulnerable or anything, but I am like, before I found this out, Ocean, I found out that I was going to be a big sister again. So I have 4 younger siblings, technically, with this sister that I've never met.
Okay.
I have an 18-year-old brother. His name is Jack. And Jack and I grew up with the same mom. So Jack was always around for me.
Okay.
And then when I was also 17, before I found out about the sister, I found out that my dad and his new wife were going to have a baby. And that's Ocean now. And I, like, fundamentally, to my core, I'm like a big sister. I tell the joke to everybody, but like a big sister is who I am to my core.
Yeah.
And you can like catch it in little things that I do every day. Like I big sister everybody, like constantly. It's awful. It probably annoys people so bad. But it's just who I am.
I don't know if I've noticed any. I don't know if I've noticed.
You will now.
Anything.
Don't worry.
Maybe I'll be more attentive about it now.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So to learn that like I had a sister that I didn't know about and like I missed out on all those big sister moments, like took a hit on who I was, I guess. So yeah, not to get super deep or anything. So it was hard.
Like it took a hit in the sense that like did you feel like something was taken from you?
Oh, 100%. Because I love being a big sister and it's so important to me and like the person I am now, like I've said, that to know that I missed out on that, not by my own choice.
How old was she at the time when you were 17?
She is a year and a week exactly younger than me.
That's crazy.
So we would have grown up.
Holy cow.
Like,
yeah. That's
it's
wild.
Tough. Mm-hmm.
And how old is Jack?
At the time? Oh, I'm not that good at math.
Or like what's the difference between you and Jack?
8 years.
He's 8 years younger.
Yes.
Okay. Big age gaps all around.
Yeah.
Lots of age gaps.
Yes, lots of age gaps.
Okay.
But yeah, Jack and I are like really close.
Yeah.
We've gotten so much closer now that he's like kind of a more formed human being and like I can stand him. Like we can have conversations now and I'm not like, gosh, you suck. Which is super cool. 'Cause you know, he's a boy. Don't get me wrong. He's still an 18-year-old,
right.
But he's such a cool kid.
Yeah.
He's a nerd and I really like that. I think it's awesome.
What's his fandoms?
It's stuff that I can't even comprehend, unfortunately. Like he's really into like drones and technology.
Oh,
and
he's not a geek. He's a nerd.
Yes, like he builds
I say that
himself.
with love.
He builds himself computers.
Wow. Okay.
And he loves to talk about his loves. He's a big fan of anime too.
Yeah.
And that's just something that I've never like really gotten into.
Yeah, me neither. What about you? What are your like
my nerdisms?
Yeah, what's your nerdisms? Are you into fandoms? What do you
Jurassic Park.
Wow.
I could get on Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Apparently Materialists. Were you here? Oh, you weren't here.
I haven't seen Materialists.
Oh my gosh. Ask anybody else in this cast because I literally got up on a soapbox at rehearsal kind of on accident and like spewed my feelings about Materialists for like 5-10 minutes. I loved the movie and there was an extremely negative discourse that came out about it after it was released and it made me so irrationally upset.
The reviews are pretty good.
Right.
But there's like a group of people that don't like this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are very specific and I need you to watch it so that we can have a discussion about it.
Because I love the cast.
How can you not?
And the director's like just pumping out great.
Celine's song is
So I have to watch this movie. I don't know how Pedro has time to do what he's doing.
I don't understand either.
He like press tour after press tour after press tour, and I'm like, but also you're making movies somewhere in there.
I know. I'm like, are you sleeping? Are you eating?
Right.
Are you
because
hydrated?
He did Last of Us, and then he was just on tour for something else besides Fantastic Four and Materialists. There was another thing.
There definitely was another thing.
There's been 4 projects like in the last year, at least. It's wild.
Somebody needs to check in and make sure he's okay.
Yeah,
Pedro.
I might just be thinking about
Are you okay?
The new Avengers. He's already been talking about stuff with that, and they're actively filming that like right now, and he's in that.
He's in the new Avengers?
Mm-hmm. Avengers Doomsday.
I have not been keeping up. I'm sorry. I fell off the Marvel map. I want to get back on.
Where did it lose you?
I want them to want me to get back on.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
I don't... Huh?
I feel like there was a period, and I don't think it's a hot take, but I think there was a point where Marvel started caring more about pushing out quantity rather than quality.
100%.
And that's where they kind of lost me. I was like, I can't keep up with all this. And I didn't really want to, honestly. But I have full faith in like the new stuff coming out. I'm still waiting for a new Spider-Man.
Well, they went to another regime change over at Disney.
Oh, that's true.
So because Bob Iger was running Disney up through Endgame.
Okay.
And then he created Disney Plus, and then he left. He's like, I created this thing
That was his
as my
thing.
retirement project. And he left Disney, and Bob Chapek, the other Bob, took over Disney, and he's like the parks guy. He runs like Disney parks and like merchandise. And he took over Disney.
Okay.
And that was like
I respect
right
that.
after Endgame, and he's like he forced Marvel to like release like 8, 9, 10 projects a year.
Oof.
Because content,
That'll do it.
merchandise, everything.
Yeah.
They just get it all out there. And Marvel's like got squeaky wheels, like just barely churning everything out.
Yeah, right?
Bob Iger just came back. He just came out of retirement and is back in Marvel. And his first thing was like, why are you guys releasing so much content? Slow the heck down.
Thank God somebody said it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So
Okay. How do
maybe
you
they'll get you
feel?
back in.
I think they will. All they have to all they have to do is just keep making Spider-Man
Have you been watching all the Spider-Man movies?
Yes.
Okay.
like religiously.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited with what they're going to do with Tom Holland's Spider-Man story. I think I could also get on a soapbox and talk about that. I think the way that because this whole thing, in my opinion,
Okay.
all of what we've seen up until the ending of the newest Spider-Man film, it was No Way Home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was his exposition. Like that's all it was.
Sure.
In my opinion, now he is Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna tell like his simple, grounded stories where he's just being Spider-Man. I think they're gonna jump back into like multiverse stories again.
I understand. I feel like now that they've opened that door, it's really hard to close it.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know.
They need to close that door.
They do. I agree.
I think for a lot of audiences, they're going to watch they're doing 2 Avengers movies. I think a lot of audiences are going to watch those 2 movies not having seen most of the lead up to it. Mm-hmm. And then those 2 movies are going to show that the multiverse is done and we're like restarting.
Okay.
And I think that's what they're going to do to get people back in.
I think that'd be great.
And we'll see if it works.
I think that would work on me.
Yeah.
But like, if you haven't been there, it's so interesting because if there's new people coming in and only seeing like just these new Avengers movies, I am worried that they'll be like, well, what do you mean it's done? I just got here. But like, hopefully they'll catch up, I guess.
I think the idea is that not that it's done, but like that they don't need to watch all the stuff that just came before.
That's
true.
true.
There's a ton of new stuff coming out. Jump back in because you can, and it doesn't matter if you missed a bunch.
I see.
Because there's too much to catch up on.
No, truly. And honestly, I don't know if they're going to want everybody to catch up on all of it.
That's fair. Some of it's bad. Some of
it's pretty brutal.
Some of it's rough.
Yeah.
I have watched everything. I've been fully kept up on all of it.
I have so much respect for you, Hunter.
I don't think I have respect for me anymore. Some of it has made me lose respect.
I lost it along the way.
But I love but some of it's great. Like the Guardian stuff has still been fantastic.
Of course.
A couple shows here and there have been great. WandaVision was amazing. Did you watch any of the shows?
No, because I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
But I could also get on a soapbox and talk about what it's now all been transferred to Disney Plus, but Netflix Marvel was a untouched gem for so long, and those shows were incredible. Mm-hmm. Daredevil.
Did you watch all of them?
I watched Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and I think I started catching up right before they took it off. Yeah. So those are the only 2 that I got to watch.
It's hard to get yourself to finish something when it just got canned. It's like, oh, it's done? Like
yeah. And I can't remember what the group of them was called because
Defenders.
Defenders, yes. Because there was Luke Cage and then there was Punisher. And I think they each had their own shows.
And Iron Fist had a show.
Isn't that newer?
No, it was the same. It was the same time.
Really?
Iron Fist and Luke Cage came out at the same time. Iron Fist was the one that's like the worst reviewed thing Marvel's ever released. Like 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, just
No, really?
like, everybody hated it.
Isn't that the one that's based in Chicago? I thought it was.
There's the new show Iron Heart.
That's what I'm thinking
Iron
of.
Heart.
That is what I'm
the
thinking
other.
of.
Yeah,
Okay.
different Iron.
Rats.
Iron
There's
Fist
too many of
Iron
them.
Fist was one of the. He's the white guy who's in like taking over Asian culture.
Oh, right.
That's that whole series encapsulated in a sentence. Like
Oh,
he goes
perfect.
to like a dojo place and
Okay.
challenges the main like girl who runs it, and like he's better than everyone.
Right, of course, because that's how that works. No, yeah.
And it's like
So it's poorly rated for like good reasons.
it's not. It's there. I do think there's worse things than that show. Like,
Okay.
She-Hulk is so bad.
No, I wanted that to be good.
The first episode's great. First episode feels like a little movie because Mark Ruffalo's there as Hulk. The CGI looks great in that first episode. They're telling this cool little movie, and then it's 8 more episodes of like the dumbest jokes I've ever seen.
That's so sad. Because, yeah, one thing about me, I love Matt Murdock and I love Daredevil.
Yeah.
So, like, I found out that he was going to be a part of that, and I was thrilled. And I still haven't seen Born Again, and it breaks my heart every time I think about it.
I won't even go there. I have a number of issues with Born Again.
Is it disappointing?
But a number of amazing things about it too, and I'm actually really excited for season 2.
Okay.
Because there was like they fired all their writers, directors, and
so it was kind of bad.
And then they brought new people on to redo season 1. So it's like they used old footage and new footage and like clashed it all together to make like a hodgepodge season.
Oh my gosh.
So like you can tell which scenes were directed and like salvaged from the old stuff, and then like which stuff was reshot 4 months later with the new directors. And it's
one of my favorite things, and I truly think it's like an exclusive talent that people who like do theater and know about this world can do. But I love when I'm watching something and I can tell whether it's bad acting or if it's bad writing and directing.
Oh, sure.
It's like my favorite game to play with my friends. Like,
is
they'll
Hayden
be like,
Christensen bad acting or bad writing? Or both?
you take that back.
Or you just love both? You love it all?
You take that back, Hunter.
I
love
can love
Hayden
it and still
Christensen.
call it bad writing.
I love Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of what he's been a part of that's new, but my bets would be on bad writing.
Okay.
And he's also been out of the game for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I, again, have not seen that.
Well, I'm
But
just
yeah.
referring to the Star Wars prequels when I say when I bring that
you're
up.
talking about the prequels?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to go.
It's coming from a place of love.
This is done.
Like I went to see Revenge of the Sith in the theaters when it just came out last year in like the re-release.
Oh yeah.
Like I love these
I
movies.
thought you meant originally. I was like, what? I think we were alive.
I was 6 when Revenge of the Sith came out.
Yes, I was around the same age because I remember wanting to go see it, and my mom did not allow me to go see it because it was like one of the first. It would have been one of my first exposures.
He does get charred like a. He gets like
burnt,
charred like a
marshmallow.
Like a marshmallow.
Yeah, it was one of the first movies that I would have been exposed to where like the bad guys kind of won, and my mom, I guess, didn't want to expose me to that.
So you're a like. Are you a big Star Wars person?
In a very casual way.
Okay.
Like I love Star Wars, but if you start name dropping every which way and all these like little minor characters, you're gonna lose me.
Like Salacious Crumb isn't your favorite character in Star Wars.
Some would say. Some could say that.
Salacious Crumb is like the little monkey in Jabba's palace who like sits in like a nest.
That's
in,
such
like, the
a
back
deep
corner.
cut, Hunter. That's such a
And
deep
he's
cut.
always in the back of Jabba's palace going like, I gotta go back.
Yeah, that's a deep cut, Hunter. No, I do not. I love Star Wars, but not to that extent.
Okay.
But I am a prequels defender, and I will be until I die.
But is it is it a prequels defender in the sense that you love it for what it is, or you're like, this is legitimately great?
Oh, wow. I think it's great.
Okay.
I think it's great. I think I did a lot, and I just love the story of the prequels. I think Anakin's backstory is so tragic. Never mind. I was going to say, not that we need to be like defending and idolizing any more white men, but he did become evil and kill kids and do a lot of really awful things. But
but I mean, so did Black Widow. So, and we defend her. So,
you know what? Cheers.
Cheers. I do love the Star Wars prequels. I'm sorry I've hurt you in asking
No, you
these
just
questions.
made it sound like you were about to like rip them apart, and I was really gonna have to go.
I really love these movies. I think
so
they're
good.
absurd
Well, yeah.
and crazy.
Isn't all of Star Wars crazy and absurd?
Okay.
It's people in space. What do you mean?
That's true, but some of it feels more like believable in
That's
the
fair.
writing and the dialogue. And some of the dialogue in prequels I adore, and it's crazy.
I mean, I think all of it is crazy.
Okay.
I mean, a little green guy, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, that's Yoda. What do you mean?
Right.
Like, that's the most believable part. I'm like, what?
You-
You've lost me. No, I just think that, like, the story of it all is, I don't know. Like, I think it gave so much exposition to things that you didn't previously have. And I think they did it. And God, who doesn't love Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a huge jump.
No,
but-
I think that's a dangerous topic for me to get involved in.
and
I'm
Ewan
like,
McGregor. Like, are you kidding me?
yeah, Ewan McGregor's my favorite
God,
part
I
of
love
Star
him.
Wars.
Oh,
Yeah.
Easy.
Natalie Portman though,
is that your girl?
I love Natalie Portman.
Is that your girl, Hunter? No,
She-
I love that. We
yeah.
all have to have one.
We all
Is
have
she
to have
like
one.
top number one for you?
Not number one. I think Keira Knightley's always been up there. I grew up on like Pirates of the
Oh.
Caribbean, Pride and Prejudice.
That's
like,
fair.
I love Keira Knightley.
Oh, I respect that.
Saoirse Ronan. Lady Bird.
Hunter, you have good
I
taste.
love Saoirse
I'm-
Ronan.
I already respected you so much.
Great.
But this is just making me respect you even more.
Love it.
What excellent taste.
Well, I appreciate that. I love Saoirse Ronan. She's great.
She's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah. You know who? An actress that stole a movie for me. Did you ever see the Banshees of Inisherin?
No.
It was like a big Oscars movie, like
Okay.
2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago,
Mhm.
and it's like Irish guys like dealing with their like friendship, and their like friendship is falling apart in Ireland on like a random little island,
Okay.
and things escalate violently because of it. And
course.
it's just these two bored Irish guys,
Yeah.
who start like just elaborately hurting each other because anyway.
How else would the story
This whole
progress?
story's going on, and then Carrie Condon is like the sister character. Carrie Condon is great. She's this Irish actress.
Okay.
Stole the whole movie, and everybody was talking about the guys, and I was like, and I was at the whole movie
None of
just
you
like
see the
in love
point.
with Carrie Condon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love to hear that. I love when like little, gosh, I saw a show not too long ago out in Rockford. One of my friends, Nathan Forrester, was just in a production of The Odd Couple, and I went and saw it, and I thought the two women that played the sisters in The Odd Couple absolutely stole the show.
Yeah.
And I told them that. I was like,
Sometimes
you were
it just
great,
happens.
but it happens, yeah. And I love it when it happens. I
Yeah.
really do.
When we just did Much Ado About
Mhm.
Nothing, for Silverstage, the two actresses were just phenomenal.
I love
Like,
that.
And this was Bailey Angel and Adeline Sutherland,
Mhm.
and they were coming in from Chicago, and I like
Respect.
had convinced them to join in. They came in for auditions. I don't think either of them processed how far it was from
Mhm.
Chicago until they auditioned.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I felt like they were like being like pulled away. I was like, wait. Come do the show.
Please.
You're going to steal the whole thing. It's going to be great.
great.
And they did. And they were amazing.
Ugh, I love
Recording of Much Ado About Nothing about to be released, by the way. So.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Who are your top actresses?
Actresses or just actors in general?
Well, we were on the topic of actresses, but if we want, we can open it up.
Gosh. Well, first of all, I love Chris Evans.
My favorite actress, personally.
That's my guy. No, I just had to throw that out there. It's like
fair.
also part of my... You know how I said that being a big sister is like half my personality? Loving Chris Evans is the other half. That's it. That's all there is to me.
That's all of you.
That's all of me. 50-50, and it's right there. Actresses, though, that's a tough one. I feel like I'm going to completely blank. Zoe Deutsch, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I love phenomenal. Her. I think she's great. She's in my comfort movie. Set It Up on Netflix is my comfort movie. It's a rom-com. It's her and Glenn Powell before he was Glenn Powell. He looks super nerdy and dweeby in it, and I really like that. I really love that.
Was he in like did he have a non-muscular phase and he was actually like nerdy looking?
Yes, he was actually like, they gave him a not awesome haircut. I think they tried to make him look like very just white dude. Yeah. Living in New York. Okay. But it worked. It's so fun watching it after all of his newest films have come out, like especially with Top Gun. I love going back and watching Set It Up, and I'm like, look at you. It's just silly.
Top Gun has introduced so many actors into the world. The Top Gun Maverick. It's the same with like Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've never seen either of them. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, both movies like are great on their own right, but they both did this thing where if you go back now, it's like, how did they get 15 A-listers in this movie? But at the time, they were all no-names. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Maya Hawke, Sydney Sweeney, Margaret Qualley, the Honora girl who just won Best Actress.
Oh my God.
Mikey Madison. And and Austin Butler is in there. Like, there's so many, and they're all like playing the Manson family. And so the whole Manson family in this movie, it's like takes place in the 60s. Yeah. It's like the Manson murders and all that stuff is played by a bunch of young people who are about to become famous.
That's crazy, actually.
It's a great movie.
I'm going to have to add that to my list. Okay. I do have a list.
So Chris Evans, you said
Zoe Deutsch.
Who's another one?
Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to blank so hard. I'm thinking of my favorite movies. Gosh. I'm trying to keep this moving. I really am.
That's okay. You can take a breather.
Because I know I have them.
Yeah.
I know I have them, obviously.
It doesn't have to be like the number one. Just who someone you've enjoyed lately.
Nobody, I guess.
That's fair.
No, the other actors in No Exit.
That's the other only
media I've been
No
taking.
Exit. Silverstage Theater Company's No Exit.
Courtney Knight.
Courtney Knight
Currently is my number one.
She's the best.
She rocks.
She's great.
She is so wonderful to work with. Everybody is in the show. It was really nerve-wracking. It's been a very long time since I've stepped out of my comfort zone of like Theater 121 and the MCC Black Box. Yeah. And I was really nervous to do it. But oh my gosh, it's been such an incredible experience. Genuinely. And like there's a certain like security blanket, I suppose, because like I've worked with Jake Seeley before multiple times. I've been doing shows with Brian consistently for about 2 years now. Okay. And then Jake Heline is just sunshine.
Did you guys know each other?
Yeah, we did the Haunted Trolley at Volo.
Oh, I didn't know you worked at Volo.
I did, but opening day, I got injured.
Oh, no.
I sliced my finger open so bad that I ended up
Is that your scarred finger?
Yeah. I ended up in urgent care, and they had to like put me on a bunch of meds and like wrap my thumb. Like I looked like a mummy.
And you didn't go back to work the next morning?
No. I was just like, whatever, they'll be fine.
Are you even a committed actor?
No. I was so heartbroken, but I had to like leave the production because with the healing process,
you guys had met during that?
Yeah, we got to do.
You guys did rehearsals.
Yeah, I was along for all of the rehearsal process and getting ready, and then literally opening day.
Did you do any of opening day?
I didn't get
That's
to.
crazy.
Because it was the morning that happened. I sliced my finger open and was in urgent care
Is that
at
this most recent Halloween?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna try going back?
I don't know. I might feel like it was a sign.
Oh sure.
No, if they do it, I might, but I have other projects that I'm thinking about for that timeline.
Same. I did the Christmas Volo. So
No
me and Jake
way.
were elves together.
Oh,
And
isn't he
Jake,
just the
we're talking
best?
about Jake, our director, Jake Heline,
Yes.
who he is really a ray of sunshine. Is that the wording you used? Yeah.
He is a ray of sunshine, sunlight in human form.
Yeah.
But also, he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
He cracks me up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think he is just the bee's knees. I really do. And I feel so lucky that I get to work under his direction.
Yeah.
I saw, because I remember just scrolling, and I normally try to take summers off from theater and shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this audition notice go up for No Exit. And I was like, rats. There goes my summer. That's it. I have to. And then with Jake directing, I was like, oh my God, I literally have no choice.
Yeah.
So God bless.
Jake is my favorite discovery since doing theater in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I just met him a year ago.
Yeah.
And we did Shakespeare in the Park. And then I immediately asked him to be in It's a Wonderful Life, which was our Silverstage debut. And we just keep doing shows. We're doing and we did Volo at the same time.
Yep.
So it felt like we did three things like really close together.
Yeah.
And then now we're doing Shakespeare in the Park again with Woodstock Shakespeare players while we're doing No Exit.
I'm so excited to see Shakespeare in the Park. I think I'm coming the 9th.
Yeah, Shakespeare in the Park is really fun. That's kind of like I don't have much time for community theater at the moment.
Yeah. It's not like you're running a whole company or anything.
It's
yeah.
whatever.
What?
But Shakespeare in the Park, I kind of make my exception where I like need to carve out time for it because not only is it really fun and I love Shakespeare and it's amazing for networking and like finding all the local talent because so many people do it. It's this giant cast and they're doing Shakespeare, which means they're doing something that I like to do. Whereas I'm not much of a musicals guy.
Yep.
So like doing music, going and being in a musical isn't gonna really tell me a lot of info of who I want to work with for the shows that I'm doing because it's just so different.
Oh, so you're like, oh,
I should take all
you're
of that
doing
back.
Recon. That's crazy, Hunter. No, that's a phenomenal place to do it because like there's so many people from so many different areas too. Mm-hmm. That like I always see that cast list come out and I'm like, what? Or I'm like, how'd they get them?
Right. Yeah,
but it's incredible.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Shakespeare in the area.
That's true.
When we did Much Ado, so many people auditioned.
Everybody loves Shakespeare.
Not a lot of Shakespeare. Now the audiences could have been better. I mean, the audience we had was great, but as far as numbers wise, it would have been great if more people latched on to wanting to go see Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But the audience was great, and the show I was really proud of that show. And recon is look
a harsh word.
it's especially I think it's most true in terms of like who I want to run shows. Like
okay.
If I've only been living in this area a couple years. I grew up here and then I moved, and but I wasn't doing theater when I grew up here. Mm-hmm. So when I came back, not that long, only a couple years ago, I wasn't in the industry at all
you weren't
here.
In the scene, yeah.
Right. So doing these shows, I get to meet people like Jake. If I didn't get to do Shakespeare, I never would have met Jake Heline. Oh. I wouldn't have found out about Volo. It kind of is all about connections.
No, it truly is. And like once you know one person in this like community theater community out here, you can find a way to know anybody.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely
crazy.
Yeah.
The bubble is small. The bubble is huge, but it's also so incredibly small, and it keeps getting smaller.
Yeah, everybody kind of knows everybody. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people in that, but it's still like, or at the very least, like, I think everybody in that bubble knows somebody else who knows you know.
Yes.
Even if I don't know everybody in the bubble,
somebody in that bubble
between
knows
everybody
somebody
that I know, they all know people who know people. With
Yep.
it. Like it's this web.
It is. And it's a huge web.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. I love it.
I mean, look at you and Brian. You guys are like, everybody online is like talking about G and Brian. It's like all I hear everywhere I go.
No, I'm so lucky in the fact that I have a community of people that I have my village. I have a village of people that are so supportive of everything I've done, like almost always.
Yeah.
Or not even almost always.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's so important, especially in theater, because it can be very rewarding, but it can also be so thankless. So having those people that are like constantly rooting for you and cheering you on is so important. And I'm very lucky in the fact of like who I have standing behind me to do that.
Yeah. It's
Truly.
so easy to become divisive in conversation with people, especially in theater. And I just want to do everything in my power to avoid that.
Yeah.
Like I want to bring people in and I want to go join people. And I see drama in places and I see frustrations, and I think there's a way to treat those frustrations as valid and find ways to improve things
100%.
and keep people coming back together.
Absolutely.
Even people who have had issues with each other.
Yeah.
I'm not about to sit here and name drop things in an unhealthy way, but I've worked with people who have had issues with each other. And they just don't want to work with each other again. And you know what? For self-preservation reasons, I get it.
Of course.
Like if that's what it's going to take to protect oneself, I'm totally in support of that. Unless I have those problems with people, or unless I hear something that's genuinely going to keep me away from someone, I'm going to keep working with both sides of that, because I just want to be around talent.
Yeah.
And I want to believe in the best of people.
It's so important to kind of like form your own opinions on things.
Yeah.
And because it's community theater, so like there's always room for, unfortunately, like it's an elephant in the room. Like there's always going to be drama. Something's always going to be happening. Yeah. But like it's a matter of just surrounding yourself with like the right people and the right mindsets, I think. Like a huge thing that I did. So I'm also on the board of directors for Theater 121 in Woodstock. And I was voted on about a year ago. And my entire basis for running was actually the creation of our now commission company values, which essentially is our HR department.
Oh,
it was something that we never had before, and it literally happened because I was sitting around a table of all of my theater friends one night, and they were like, gosh, this one thing that happened, and it was really hard, and there was nobody there to help us deal with it. And I'm like, that's a problem. Yeah. And now I'm helping form that for a company that I care so much about and a community that I care so much about, so that we can, like, there's a process for everything now, and things can be dealt with in a mature and like healthy manner. And if things ever do happen again, like there's somebody there to put a stop to it if there needs to be, and we can ensure like the safety, and like it says in the name, like our company's values, like to ensure like the safety and well-being of everybody in our community. So it's something it's so important, and I feel like it's not talked about a lot. Like it's kind of just like a giant elephant in the room. Yeah. But
there's so many areas within this company that I'm like, if this grows, what do I have to do? What various things do I have to do if this thing grows, or if this side of the company grows and escalates? Like, which people do I need to bring on to tackle those things? Right. And right now, it's a pretty small operation. Yeah. Because I just want to do small theater.
You're making waves, though.
But it's, I mean, like the talent pool is my main priority. Like bringing out, I just want to like see something that somebody's doing and like find the little like nugget of like, what brilliant thing can you do? Yeah. And so I love these little dramas. Mm-hmm. I love this stuff. This is like...
Me too.
Yeah.
This show is truly unlike anything I've done before. It's challenging me in so many ways. But gosh, it's what I live for. I love it. Like, I leave rehearsals exhausted. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Because it's a very heavy show.
Yeah.
So, like, going into those mental spaces every rehearsal it's a challenge. And I leave, like I said, tired. But it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding.
So let's talk about Estelle.
Okay.
Your character, Estelle, in No Exit. And to give a brief synopsis of No Exit, this is a story of three people trapped in hell. They're trapped in a room together. And it's really not a spoiler. It's not like something that's revealed like at the end of the show. Like that's the premise of the story. Is these three people, and it's kind of, the way I like to talk about it is that that's not the most important part of the story. Mm-hmm. Like the premise isn't what's important about the story. Mm-hmm. That's like the backbone that allows for this space of three people and three dynamics. Mm-hmm. And I say three dynamics because I love to look at it as like the dynamic between you and Inez. Inez is dynamic with Credo, and Credo's dynamic with you. Mm-hmm. And like the combinations, I love discovering all that. Tell me about Estelle.
Estelle has been increasingly interesting and difficult to play. She's so complex, and I think we really dug in at our character rehearsal, like our first right off the bat rehearsal after our read through. And I think in the way that I am playing Estelle, I think she is, gosh, how did Jake put it? She is a person of her time. Mm-hmm. And like I said, like if Estelle had the opportunities that like women have now, I think she'd be a very different person. She's a product of her time is the way that Jake and I think we put it at that rehearsal. And I think that just stands and holds so true. And obviously Estelle is extremely flawed because she's where she ended up for a reason, even though there's so many intricacies and there's things that I don't know what to say because I don't want to give anything away.
Sure.
But there's this really phenomenal quote from one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and it reminds me so much of this show. But also that's kind of the guise that I have to put myself in to play Estelle because of who she is and how she comes across in her denial in where she's ended up. But the quote is, "I've realized that there is no righteous path. We are just a bunch of people trying to do good in a world where it is far too easy to do your worst."
Can you repeat that? Wait, I want to hear that again.
There is no righteous path. We are just a bunch of people trying to do good in a world where it is far too easy to do your worst or to do bad.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
It's very Good Place-esque. Have you ever seen that show?
I have, yeah.
It reminds me of The Good Place a lot. It's from the TV show Supernatural.
Okay. Well, No Exit is one of the inspirations for the TV show The Good Place. That's where.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's
well, go me.
There we go. The Good Place
Check
is
that
like
out.
the comedy version of No Exit, essentially.
That actually makes tons of sense.
Now, of course, Good Place, just even us mentioning it here, spoils things about Good Place because the premise that they're in hell isn't even revealed.
Yes.
For a while in that show.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
It came out years ago.
It came out years ago, and even if you haven't seen it and you're like, oh, it was spoiled, that's like, it only spoils the beginning. There's 4 seasons of this show, though.
There's so much more to that show.
There's so much more to it than
that.
It
is phenomenal television.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. And Mike Schur, I think, is the one who does that from The Office.
Ooh, that sounds about
one
right.
One of the creators. Anyway. Yeah. That is interesting. That's a quote from Supernatural. That's random but lovely.
It was one of the angels who said it.
Oh, nice.
So I could also, it's one of the things that I nerd out about.
Yeah.
But Estelle is just, I think I said it in the bio, but she's learning how to live in a world where her like glamour and charm and her looks have gotten her through everything, and now it's not. And she's so complex. And there's a part of me that, like, while I'm playing her, and again, this is something I have to get to in my head in order to play her, but like, I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
I feel for her. I feel for all of us, kind of. Well, not really.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for Credo.
Oh, interesting. You're saying as an actor looking at the characters, that's kind of where you fall with them, because I feel like Estelle,
I think we set the precedent that we want Estelle. She's not dumb.
Right.
And I love that. I so fundamentally, quick soapbox, but I refuse to play women who are just women for the sake of being women.
Yeah.
Because there are, like, I have experienced directors out there that just want you to be a girl, just to be a girl.
Sure.
And I like refuse to play women like that. I refuse.
Yeah, and with the way most people play Estelle, it's real easy to fall into it.
It's an easy trap. It's a very easy trap, but I just think there's no reason, no matter the time period. And like, obviously some shows call for it and it really depends. But there's such a difference in the way of playing a woman unintelligent for purpose than just playing her dumb because you think it's funny or because you think it's easy, or that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that immediately, I already respected Jay Keyline so much already from my previous experiences with him, but it was one of the very first things that like really got me to respect him also as a director.
Yeah.
Besides his just incredible knowledge of the show and his like very evident passion for this story.
A priority in casting this show, which Jake took the lead on, and I was involved with, but Jake like ran that ship in casting this show. A priority was honestly, a priority of it was who's our Estelle, because we had Brian fairly early in the process, and Inez is an easier character to play intelligent. And Estelle, we've just both seen so many versions where she's this dumb, like, and it bugs the heck out of me. It
kills me.
It kills me. It's one of the, so that's why it was such a big priority for us to cast someone that was going to play her with an intelligence and a strength, being the role that she is, being this upper class character. So when those pieces came together, the joy and just like assurance that Jake and I felt, like there was, we came, when we had the three of you in that like triangle, it was like, oh, okay, great, we're done. Cool. There was no more questions, and there was a lot of questions going into the audition process.
I can only imagine.
I've had an easier time casting shows with 15 people than casting this show, because this show it can't be just about casting each character individually.
No.
If the dynamic doesn't work between the three of you, then the whole thing falls apart.
There's no show.
Yeah. But you guys are... they're incredible together.
Oh, you're so sweet.
They're literally, yeah. No,
I'm so happy to be here. I really am. I can't tell you. I was, like I told you kind of earlier, I was so nervous coming in, and I always get nervous for an audition, like still to this day. There's so much anxiety, but there was so much anxiety around not knowing a lot of the show, because I'm a researcher when it comes to auditions, and I always typically like to read a full play before I audition for a character to get a full understanding.
You read the whole play?
No.
Oh.
Because I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, it's a hard one to find online.
Yeah. And I didn't have time to get it from the library. So I was really kind of walking in, not blind. Like I did as much research as I could.
Yeah.
But that is like a safety net for me when it comes to auditioning and doing like a callback if it gets to there. But coming in, and it was after the audition, and you guys showed me the space, and that was a moment where I was like, oh my God, I have to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And then getting to do callbacks and like getting more bits and pieces. I was also so nervous for callbacks, but like the energy that we had at callbacks was just so much. It wasn't fun because it was tough stuff, but Jake kept it so light.
Yeah.
And he provided enough context to like comfortably get people through, I think, a callback, which was really nice. But then even at read through, like, it was so interesting. I've said it a few times to like Brian and Courtney. I always feel like I can get through a read through pretty well. But there were points of our read through where I was like in the middle of saying something and I'm like, what is she talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
I'm like, what does she mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's been so much
a lot of questions
back end.
were raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what does this mean? How is she interpreting what's going on in this moment right now?
Yeah.
So it's been such a process of like over analyzing absolutely everything.
Is that fun?
That it is.
Okay.
I love character work.
Yeah.
I love character work. I love world building. I think it's so much fun. And it takes a show, because it's so easy to make a show and have it be two-dimensional, in my opinion. It's easy to put on a two-dimensional show.
Yeah.
But it's like the world building and the character work that then makes it like three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Also, it makes it more fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier to interact and put on a show and tell a story when you know what's going on, even when you're not saying words, if that makes sense.
No, it does. There's a lot of silent moments in this play too, and Jake is an expert at utilizing silence in a way that doesn't feel forced or doesn't feel like unwarranted, especially when it's surrounded by a bunch of scenes that don't utilize those little pauses and the conversation does keep snapping forward. But yeah, this piece is a visual piece as well. It's like the little looks that each character is giving each other matters sometimes more than whatever they're saying. Sometimes a character is saying something, but the way that moment plays completely alters a line. And I love that stuff.
I'm so sad that during the moments where I'm droning on stage, that I'll never get to know what's happening behind me and like how Courtney and Brian are reacting. I'm so bummed that I don't get to see that, because I know they're just like, I know they're killing it.
So when we did It's a Wonderful Life, I did direct and act in that show.
Okay.
Wild process, super fun. I'm kind of addicted to it, but I hold myself back unless I know a show so well to do it. Just because I want the space to be the best it can be for everybody.
Of course.
But for that show in particular, I did direct and act in that one, and I would just be stepping out and like saying lines because while they're doing their own little moments, and I felt like I was cheating a little bit, because I'm like, oh, I get to see what they're doing when I can't look.
Jealous. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, but you're right. Those moments where it's like almost like a deafening, like you just want to get the full picture, but you can't, because Estelle doesn't get the full picture.
Right. And I also want to clarify that I don't want it in the sense that like, oh, what are they doing? Like, what's going on back there? In like a nervous, anxious way.
Yeah.
Like, an incredible thing about this process is that I so fundamentally, as a performer, trust Courtney and Brian.
Yeah.
And that is not something that you get every time. But oh my gosh, like the faith, trust, and pixie dust that we've put into one another during this whole process has just helped it grow even more. Yeah. So like, I'm never worried like, oh, what are they doing behind me? Are they doing it right? Or does it make sense?
Oh yeah.
It's always just in like I know they're doing something so good and so awesome, and I don't get to see it.
Right.
It's like a jealousy, like that I don't get to watch them perform. Like, but I'm also so thankful and so happy that I get to perform with them and tell this story with them. Yeah. Because dang.
It's awesome.
They kind of rock.
I want to ask you a question before we wrap up here. And it's about kind of the heavier themes of the play.
Yeah.
And I wanted I realized I don't really know each actor's like background in terms of like the themes and premise of the play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll make an impact on every audience member.
Yeah.
In terms of like the spiritual ramifications of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's some heavy stuff. I personally come from a Christian background.
Yeah.
And I'm still practicing in that. And so
Mhm.
Jake was a little surprised when I was like, sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. But I just love finding out what people like, finding out themes and beliefs that people have. Jean-Paul Sartre was this crazy existential dude who really used this to tell a grander story.
100%.
But I'm curious your background in terms of like, do you come from a faith background? Does this have an impact on that?
I think it certainly does have an effect, and like it affects how I tell the story to a certain degree. But I did not grow up very spiritual. My mom was one of that. I wasn't baptized growing up. My mom wanted me to make. It wasn't
okay.
Correct. My mom wanted me to get older and make that choice for myself. She never wanted to make that choice for me, if that makes sense.
Sure.
That was just her thing. My dad growing up was also not baptized as a baby, but was baptized as an adult.
Were they Catholic then?
Christian.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
My father is not Christian. My mom is, doesn't, I don't know how to say that. My mom was never baptized, so she doesn't practice.
Maybe it's just the different denominations, but none of the denominations I were around were baptizing babies. That's like, that's Presbyterians do that, Lutherans I think do that, and Catholics do that, and a couple other denominations. But like a good amount of Christian denominations don't baptize infants.
Oh,
you baptize after you have committed to the faith.
Oh, I didn't know that. I also grew up not like learning about religion in my home, or like going to Catholic school or any faith-based school. So I might be speaking on.
No, it's fair. Well, no,
I'm very uneducated.
Everything you're saying is not incorrect. It's just specific.
Okay.
It's specific to depends on which group people are coming from.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning something.
There we go.
But my father was an adult when he was baptized. Am I using that right? I think so.
Did he or converted? I don't know what you're.
He was not religious.
Okay.
And then he took classes, and I think was baptized. They poured water over his head.
Interesting.
And we had a whole ceremony.
I have so many questions that I don't think, based off what you've just said, I don't think you're going to have the answers to them.
I probably don't.
But more importantly than that, I'm curious what kind of stuff that has an impact on you now in adulthood. Yeah.
So I didn't grow up with any religion. I don't consider myself to be religious now, but I am spiritual. It's a little complicated for me. My dad was unfortunately a religious figure in my life that spent a lot of it trying to feed it to me.
Gotcha.
And as a teenager, obviously all teenagers take force feeding very, very well.
Sure.
And it always works. So that did not go over well for me. And it caused, I think, a lot of resistance. And I guess on a heavier topic, I experienced some heavy death in my life when I was young. And I think that skewed my view on religion.
Yeah.
But I respect it. But I come from a background of, I think, not in a disrespectful manner ever, but in a negative connotation for me personally, just because of my own experiences and what I've grown up with. That I think it's interesting now playing a show where we're in hell and all of that sort of becomes real, that those places exist. And I don't know if this is answering your question, but it's an excellent question.
Well, the audience is going to be filled with people who come from different belief systems,
Yes.
different backgrounds. Some of them, the concept of hell will be completely foreign to them. Some of them actively believe in a very real hell. Like like that, the gamut is so wide.
Yes.
But I really do think that it can apply to everyone. That the story can apply to everyone because it's just about asking questions. It's just about asking questions, not just about the logistics of religion and hell or purgatory or whatever you want to call it.
It's so much deeper than that.
Yeah, questions about character and like what makes a person, what makes something good or bad, or what makes something right or wrong.
All of these
how much
questions.
does that even matter?
Right. No, I hate to keep saying it, but it so fundamentally just reminds me of the themes from The Good Place.
Yeah.
And again, it reminds me of that quote, like, we're all just people trying to do good in a world where it is far too easy to do your worst.
Right.
And I think there's something so beautiful in that.
And yet, there seems to be a fairly unified acceptance of what is good and what is not. With a lot of differences when you get into the nuances.
Yes.
But it is interesting to me that there is still, like, this embracing generally of right and wrong. Despite, like, not necessarily having a unified basis for it. So there's something, like, internal that's, like, you go to a random village.
An internal belief, yeah.
Yeah, you go to a random village that's isolated from the rest of the world, and there's still a lot of internal beliefs that, like, are similar. And then the application of how that plays out is often very different depending on the culture. But, yeah, that stuff interests me like crazy.
You could spend hours talking about it.
Yeah.
Really. I think there's, like you said, like there's those internalized, like, and across the board, like rights and wrongs.
Yeah.
And obviously there's so much gray, but it's so interesting to see, like, it reminds me too of that question, are people born good or bad? And that's something that's also
do you believe an answer? Can I ask?
I do, in fact, like to believe that people are born good. I think there's, like, it's always that, like, nurture nature, like, aspect of psychology, in my opinion, that affects. But I like to believe that people are inherently kind. I think that just kind of also helps keep me going, if that makes sense.
I think my answer to that is probably going to be a pretty standard Christian answer, which is that I believe people are born good but broken.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why there's so much twisted up realities.
Yeah.
But I do believe people are inherently good. And I also and I could go on about that. I could go on about, like, the divine that I see in everybody. And I could go on about, like, the I think the way it's worded in the Bible is eternity is written in our hearts. That's like that's where I get the premise of we all have something internal that's like the same viewpoint. Like we all have this there seems to be some sort of unified understanding of right and wrong, like
knowing it to your core, whether or not something,
and that's how the Bible
right or wrong
describes it. But I think it's interesting that, like, everybody has their own. I don't know. I love this stuff. So
it's so interesting. I really loved psychology growing up, and I was a huge psych nerd.
Yeah,
I just like how people work, which I think also helps me as an actor too.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah, we're tackling the heavy stuff. No more Shakespeare comedies here.
I really didn't expect some of this.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had a blast.
Yeah, this is lovely. I'm curious. You were talking about before the podcast, like just kind of eyeing the space. What has stuck out to you in the Silverstage collection here?
So obviously, I don't know if the camera can see all the way down to the treasure planet.
Oh, sure.
We were literally in the middle of doing something very important in the middle of our show. And I was like, And I did a double take, and I was like, "That's Treasure Planet."
I have the full McDonald's.
Yes.
They can see. I believe they can see it down here. The full McDonald's Treasure Planet set.
It was one of my favorites growing up as a kid.
I love Treasure Planet.
So I love it.
That's fantastic.
Obviously, Dr. Horrible. I still actively listen to that soundtrack. Great. I think it's gold. Nathan Fillion is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's the best.
Other than that, I haven't got a complete look over it. And so I will, in fact, be doing that. But those are obviously
this
immediately.
My most recent purchase is a 1901 edition of Titus Andronicus, Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus, and I got that as well as Othello. I found both of them. Those are my top 2 Shakespeare plays, are Titus Andronicus and Othello. I love this thing. It's in perfect condition.
So you really love Shakespeare then?
I really love Shakespeare. Yeah.
I need you to get me to like Shakespeare.
Okay.
Because a fun fact about me, and I think it's because I haven't experienced, and I haven't seen Shakespeare in the Park. I would like to say that. And I never got to see Much Ado. I was supposed to because I'm friends with Stephen Pickering, and I got sick the night that I was supposed to come.
Much Ado recording coming soon.
But I don't love Shakespeare. Okay. And I don't know if it's because my only exposure to it.
You can go. You're good.
Was no, I'll go. I want to like Shakespeare. Yeah. That's how I am. But I think it's because I've only ever been exposed to it in high school English class. And so I've never been exposed to good Shakespeare.
Nothing turns someone away from Shakespeare like bad Shakespeare.
Right. So you can't blame me. I'm a product of my environment.
Number one way to understand good Shakespeare is anything David Tennant.
Okay.
You know David Tennant?
Of course.
He is for me, the ultimate Shakespeare actor.
Really?
Nobody understands the language and taps into it in a more natural way than him. He makes it feel like you're not listening to Shakespeare.
And I love that.
Much Ado, he played Benedict. That was key inspiration for me. And then Richard the Third, I believe. Or was it Richard the Second? Oh,
Some fan.
I haven't watched that one. That's why. But that's another big performance people love of him. He did Hamlet as well, I think. He's the best. He's the access point. Just YouTubing.
That's a good rule of thumb. I like that.
What fun. Titus is probably not the best entrance point. That's just blood and gore.
Respect.
And people just doing horrible things to other people for 4 hours straight.
Yeah, I will ease my way into that one. We'll find something a lot lighter for me.
That one has a Julie Taymor movie who did the Lion King Broadway the Broadway Lion King. She made the Anthony Hopkins movie of Titus 25 years ago. Just an absolutely devastating movie.
Really?
Disgusting movie. I really love it, but it's hard to watch.
Sometimes I love devastating art.
Yeah.
I really do.
All right. Thank you again for coming on. This has been a lovely conversation. No Exit performs August 8th through 30th. Tickets are in the description. All right. See ya.
Thank you, Hunter. That was so much fun.